Alrighty, hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Maria. I'm 21 years old and I'm a graphic and UX designer. I'm a Porsche girl and I'm just a person of many talents and disciplines, and today's video is the one that I really wanted to shoot for a long time because it's the one about my career path here in the US. As I said, I barely hit the legal age in here of 21, but I already worked in 2 luxury fashion brands. I have international and American based clients for my freelance design projects. And right now, I'm pursuing a job of my dream at a very nice corporate company, which I'm gonna tell you either in this video or on a separate video because it just means so much to me and there is such a great story behind it. But let us start, and this video is going to be more like my story plus the guideline on how to get a job as a foreigner when you just came here, when you study here, and you don't know how to apply and what to say, how to find right people, right jobs. So this is my gift to you, all my wisdom to you, because I understand how hard it is to pull through and finally to get the job you want to get. Let us start. So first of all, let me start from the fact that from the early age, probably from the 10th and 9th grade, I realized I need to plan my life. And this is my first suggestion to you. Even if you don't know specifically what industry you want to go with, keep trying, keep learning about industries, keep reading something that interests you. And my first suggestion to you is keep exploring and never settle. Never settle for something that you don't like, because and this is a little bit going ahead of time, I will say that you will never get a job you don't like, you don't care about. This is just the basic rule of all in the world, because when you don't like something, when you don't truly care, I mean, there's not gonna be anything good with it, so like, don't even try. But finding your true passion can be intricate and hard, and well, start from just looking at yourself and like seeing what do you do daily that people notice and that brings you joy. This is the easiest thing ever to do, and maybe it will take you some time to realize that, but to me it was fashion. When I was a little girl, I was sketching dresses. I was obsessed with fashion. And I imagined that one day I'll be like Serena van der Woodsen or Blair Waldorf. I'm gonna live in New York in my gorgeous penthouse, and I'm gonna be very rich, very beautiful, very fashionable and stylish, and I'm gonna be this fashion icon. So now when I'm about the age of Serena and Blair, I realize, well, I don't need to go that far to be a fashion icon. I can still be one right now. So basically, it all to me started when I moved to the US. That was like the first basic step to do to pursue fashion career and design career. But when I ended up here, let's say like we talk about it later in some other video about how I moved here, because it's like a whole other story. What is more important is what did I do to actually start getting jobs. First of all, I realized I'm a foreigner, so my abilities and capabilities of being employed here are limited. So my second suggestion to you is know your rights, your legal ways how you can work for someone. And there is some ways to do it and some ways to go about it around of all these regulations. So first of all, if you're a legal citizen of some other country, you can use your passport or your legal documentation to register on freelance platforms. No matter what you do, are you in tech, are you in fashion, in creative industry, it's the best way to find your first clients. What I did is I registered on Upwork and on Weezand. Weezand is less known platform, but it is amazing, I will tell you. It doesn't have a really huge commission that it charges you from every earning you get. Also, it is a little more popular among US citizens, so people know about it, and good things are that they're willing to pay good for your services. It is very famously known for tutoring services, and I love tutoring people. By the way, you can always text me and come to my consultation. I will tell you the way how you can get the job you want, to give you valuable suggestions. I'm open to this. This is one of the things that I do. But apart from that, start from small things. Use social media, use these websites like Recent, like Upwork, Freelancer, to find first clients. That's how you build some reputation, your portfolio. This is the way to do it. Plus, as I said, find your passion. To me, it was fashion, so I started building my portfolio based on my fashion passion. So I'm gonna add some early works that I did that been dedicated to my fashion knowledge and my fashion admiration, and I think they still look good to me now when I'm a senior designer already, because they have so much love to what I did and what I used to study, and I think that what makes them so special and what makes them stand out to other people. So step 2, start acknowledging what you do. Start putting it out there so people know. Even create Facebook posts. You'll be very surprised, but Facebook is still alive and it's still a very good tool to find clients. Use hashtags, post on your pages, ask your friends to share. Use your Instagram, create reels. For instance, I create these reels of how I create my gorgeous Porsche paintings, which I'm gonna talk about a little bit later. But this is how I get clients. People get interested because they see the process, they see my passion, they see I'm all about it, and they at least start to know. This is the most crucial thing. People shall know. So moving forward, when I was a sophomore at school, I was like, I need an internship. Like, it doesn't matter what it's gonna be as soon as it's fashion and it gets me in the door. So I started applying and I applied to more than 200 jobs. As I said, I'm a foreign student. I'm 21 right now. I was 19 when I was applying back to my first job. But I was so desperate. I was going to career fairs. So if your university has a career fair, take advantage of it. Even if you don't go to university or you don't have a career fair, fine, there is a lot of career fairs that are happening within different institutions. Different companies have Zoom sessions, they offer internships on their websites, and they do kind of these open sessions where they talk about working with them. Go there. For instance, American Eagle Outfitters do that. I know that also Tapestry Holding, which I'm gonna talk a little later about, but I used to work for them. Tapestry is Kate Spade, Coach, Stuart Weitzman, Versace, Jimmy Choo, and Michael Kors right now. So they also do these sessions. Plus, there is way more companies in fashion and not only that do these sessions. And they usually take place from fall to late winter. And there's like multiple every week. Take advantage of it, Google it. It's all up there on LinkedIn and just on Google. So that's what I started doing. I started presenting myself, and in sophomore year I actually applied for the job at Tapestry. I really wanted to work with them so badly. I really wanted to work with Kate Spade, but unfortunately, even with an interview, I was rejected, which was okay. I was a sophomore, didn't have a very tremendous portfolio. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the design guru. Now I probably am, but back in the day I was just this girl starting my career path. I didn't expect to be a designer early in my life, so it was just me knowing that it is what I want to do, and I was just trying to figure it out. So eventually I applied for another job, and this is what you need to know. Sometimes you gotta do, the only place you need to go for a compromise is at the very early age of your career, but compromise shall be sometimes internships are not paid, and this is unfortunate. I don't think it's right, but a lot of good companies offer unpaid internships, and sometimes early in your career I suggest you go for it, just as I said, to get your foot in the door. This is the most important thing. I got my foot in the door with Rimmel Haute Couture, which is a New York-based brand. It is considered luxury, or at least on the end of luxury, and it is like kind of a modern street style with a high price tag. And that was my first internship when I was a sophomore. How I got it? I just kept applying. I kept rehearsing, kept renewing my portfolio, building more fashion projects. Although I'm a graphic designer and UX designer, I tried to do as much as I could with fashion within the field. Plus, I was interviewing a lot with different companies, figuring out what works, what's not. And by the way, right now, I offer an option to go with consultation with me to learn all these techniques I learned through the 2 years of applying to jobs and like trying to get this one job, which I got, spoiler. So it's an opportunity for you to learn it quickly with me if you're up to this. Email me, I'm gonna leave all the contact information in the description to this video. So I worked with Rimmel Haute Couture. It was a remote internship, which was kind of okay because I obviously wanted to go to New York, work there, but it was still COVID time, so it was not quite possible. And eventually I was like, okay, at least I'm doing job, at least I'm learning how this thing works within fashion company, especially like Rimmel Haute, which is a high tier, and I wanted to work with luxury fashion or at least premium. So to me it was still a valuable experience. Plus I was kind of a part-time worker still. I could travel. I did an amazing interstate I was telling you about in my previous video, and I'm gonna probably do another video about it. And to me it was flexible, it was nice. It was tough because I never worked for a company here before. I didn't know what to expect. Remote was not ideal, but it gave me this foot in the door. I would not stop reminding you about this. So first suggestion, go for the job at the beginning of your career. Even if it's not paid, you'll figure it out. Trust me, it's gonna work for you. At some point you'll say big thanks to yourself. Moving forward, after this, when I became a junior, I moved to Atlanta. So I started meeting more cool guys and girls, and this is my kind of 3.2 suggestion to you. Move to the places where opportunities are fostering, where you can find people of your industry or someone interested in your skills. To me, moving to Atlanta from Savannah was this big jump, big move that started the boost to my career. Like in the first half a year, I moved many creatives, many people started asking me about my design skills, where I'm going to school, what I'm planning to do. So it was like at least something started rolling, which like I highly recommend you consider doing. Sometimes it's just a matter of leaning towards people who can be interested in your skills. How do you find it? LinkedIn, Google, ask people, try to meet them, go public, go social, go to public places like coffee shops. That's, by the way, my favorite way of networking. Every other story I tell my friends starts from I went to the coffee shop, and that's what happened. And that's my trick to you. Use it. It works. It proved to work for me. It can work for you. When it was approaching winter 2023, so like basically a year ago, I was like, I need an internship. This time I want a good internship. What do I do? And the process was technically the same. The difference was that I already had some experience. My unpaid internship, which was at that good fashion company, which I completed and like got some experience. I added it to my resume, I revised my resume. I always do this. So if you have a chance to revise a resume for each position you really badly want to get, plus consider writing a cover letter which will also fit the job, and also revise your portfolio. This is very important because people will not see your face, they would not know you personally. Firstly, they would only judge you based on your resume, your cover letter, and your portfolio website. For designer, it's crucial to have a portfolio website, and I would say even for any professional, it is crucial to have a website because we're living in a digital era. Lots of jobs are still remote or hybrid. People will still see your social and online presence first. So this is very important to be a little bit more ahead of those who do not have these things. So I rebranded myself. I think it was actually beginning of 2020, fall 2023. And that's what got me an opportunity to be look a little more mature as a designer, although it still was like just a junior, third year in school. Experience was not there yet, but I, fake it till you make it. This is my fourth suggestion to you. Fake it till you make it. Pretend you're already super pro. Talk professionally, present yourself professionally, be a professional in every single thing you put out there to get the job. It will pay off, I can guarantee you. And so, eventually 200 jobs applied to. Went to interviews with Ralph Lauren within my school, and it was, by the way, my dream job to work for Ralph Lauren, because look at me, I dress a lot like their aesthetics. But well, destiny had something better for me as usual, and I applied to Tapestry internships, and for some time it was just silent, nothing happened, plus New Year's, Christmas is kind of a slow time. But in January, they invited me to do a real interview process. And there is one more thing I need to tell you, because right now a lot of companies move to first interview being done digital without any human being present. So how it's done, as you apply to the job, if you're picked to do kind of semi-second round, you will record the interview, answering the questions on camera. There's gonna be no HR, no manager. You're just gonna answer the questions that program gives you. And what's important is to be prepared for this. This is a new technology that is very popular. I did it for Tiffany internship, for Ralph Lauren, for Tapestry. And as I remind you, Tapestry, although there's 6 companies now, it was only 3 back in the day. It was just Coach, Kate Spade, and Stuart Weitzman. And I, of course, wanted to work with Kate Spade because to me it was more aesthetically interesting and something that is close to me. Plus, I'm a customer myself. I buy Kate Spade too. So, but I was applying to the house of brands, so I didn't know where I will end up. And I recorded the interview. I recalled all my achievements, all my honors, everything that acknowledged me in a good way. I talked about even my times before school, when I used to go to summer schools, when I used to study in high school. So everything that could showcase your leadership, teamwork, your excellence. To me, for instance, one of the examples was that when I was in one of the summer schools, which was, by the way, in Columbia University in New York in 2019, I became like a leader in my girl group, and I was organizing us different thematic dinners to try different cuisines, which helped us bonding together closely. And later on, HR told me that they actually loved this part. They loved how I presented myself, how I talked on the interview. They loved listening to my stories. So consider writing. This is my 5 suggestion to you. Write down all the stories you go through that can be good for your future interview and portfolio and interview process. This is very important because sometimes you cannot recall it instantly, but if you have it in a separate Word document written down, or however you want to record it, it's going to be easier for you to pull it up in the right moment. So you're going to be always prepared, 0 effort to recall things, maximum help to you, power to you. And moving forward, my second interview with Tapestry, I was so happy. They chose me for the second interview. I spoke to HR and they absolutely loved me. They told me that I'm gonna hear from them soon, their decision, and if yes, I'm gonna talk to my manager that I'm gonna work with, and I'm gonna know specifically where I will end up, which company free is gonna be my home for the next summer. And eventually my manager, Luz, I love her. She's amazing. She helped me so much. She was an amazing manager, and all I say is I can put my hand on my heart and tell it very sincerely, because I would never expect to have such a nice treatment as an intern, because I used to believe in the stereotypes that companies are very harsh on interns, they're not humans. That was my kind of experience with my first company. Not to tell anything bad, it was just bad organization, but in Tapestry eventually I was so happy because how I was treated like a human, like a normal employee. Not to say I was getting presents and participating as a full-time employee in all the events that was happening. So I had a call with Luz, I had Zoom, she asked me questions, I asked her, it was like our first introduction, and that's when I landed the job with Kate Spade. So yes, it was a miracle because I wanted to be at Kate Spade, I didn't know I'm gonna get there, and I got it, and to me I was excited, and they offered me two options. It was still a hybrid format. They offered me to work remotely for the whole summer from where I am, because I was not in New York and their primary headquarters are in New York City, and I chose not to stay here. And this is my sixth suggestion to you. Whenever you have a choice to go easy or go right, because sometimes the rightest way is not the easiest. It takes additional effort, but trust me, you'll always get more, you'll always gather more, and you'll thank yourself for making this extra mile happen, because it is easy to stay home, be comfortable, not care about subleasing my apartment, renting another property in New York, organizing my lifestyle there. It is simply easy, but it's not easy to find the apartment, sublease the apartment, move all the things I need to New York. At the same time, it will bring me so much joy, and it did. It was magnificent summer, one of the best I ever had. So eventually I chose to work in New York headquarters because I knew the office is gonna be amazing. It's freaking New York, my dream city, my most loved city ever. I wanna end up there one day, have my own penthouse. So how would I do it if today I would not dare to go there even for 3 months of experience, of job that I own, that I got, that is all my effort, all my work put in together. And I did. And what I noticed is that whenever you make a right choice, make a choice to be better, to make this extra mile, world will help you, because it is a rule, I think, of everything new that comes to your life. If you're willing to make extra time, extra effort, life will support you in this, and people will support you in this, because this life loves leaders, loves their, I don't want to say they're devils, but kind of they're people who try things, invent things, experiment, because this is what drives progress, what drives economy, what drives all other people. That's what simply excites them, inspires them. That's how you get the best out of life. You just keep trying, you just keep going, you never go for compromises, apart from the times when compromise can bring you further than not compromising. So, and I moved to New York. That happened June 1st, 2023. I found an amazing apartment on Airbnb, and this is my 8th suggestion to you. Whenever you make a move to a bigger city than you're in right now, try looking not just like in apartment websites or search, but also search Facebook Market, Airbnb, and other ways where you can rent for a short time, like almost like a hotel style, because sometimes it is easier. And that's how I found my agency. The name of the agency is Settle Living. It is kind of a startup still, but it gave me an opportunity to rent for just 3 months without any money raised. So my quote would be the same for 12 months and for 3 months. This startup makes New York living affordable, so if you move there, highly recommend them. My experience was mostly positive, and I would say for a short time it's definitely the way to leave, because all other Airbnbs were either shorter or more expensive. All the other rents needed a commitment to stay for a year, so it was a perfect middle ground that I accepted. And I lived in Brooklyn, in beautiful area of Prospect Park. I loved it because it was a new building. It made me feel that I deserve more. I deserve a newer apartment, a better living. So right now here in Atlanta, I also planned my move, but this is like a whole other story. I had a balcony, and from that balcony I could see a World Trade Center. It was so gorgeous, so beautiful, and I was so happy. Every single day I was waking up and looking at this World Trade Center at New York. Although it was not still Manhattan, my dream, but it was very close to it. It was this first step I made to one day make it to Manhattan, to penthouse, being a billionaire, being successful, this business lady. My office was on, I think, 32nd Street. It was near the main, Grand Central, near Grand Central, yeah, right there. And I loved walking there in the morning because it was like this vibrating vibe of all the people going to their jobs. energy pulsating everywhere, people getting coffee, people getting calls, and I freaking love that. That's to me life. Not obsession with work, not overwork, not burnout, but like good side of it, when you're excited to go to your job, when you're excited to grab this coffee, excited to go there. This is what I loved about it every single day. Then I worked on the 12th floor. The view from specifically my part was not the best, but I could, my manager Luz, thank you so much for like being so generous to me. She said she's okay with me working at any other space in the office, so I oftentimes would go to the lounge on the 23rd floor, and it had a gorgeous view. I'm gonna put all the photos, all the videos, graphics in here in this video, so you're gonna see it as I'm talking. It was, every time I was looking from that lounge to the New York City, which was like 270-degree view, I was like, I cannot imagine. This is like Devil Wears Prada in a good sense coming true. Like, I work in a perfect office in the heart of New York City, and I'm the happiest girl ever because I do fashion, I do style, and this will influence millions of women around the world. What I do is actually meaningful. So I could see, by the way, Empire State from that balcony. It was like, like, just like, I cannot possibly describe how I felt. Eventually, I was doing a few projects within Kate Spade. It was primarily web work, so I did a lot of soft banners, and you actually can see it on website all the holiday season. That's my work, and I'm proud I've done it. You can see the photo shoots, like, you know, this pretty imagery of all the products they sell on Kate Spade Surprise or Kate Spade Outlet. This is all done by me, not shooted, but all kind of filtered, finalized, and the way it looks on the website is my job. I'm very, very proud of it. So some of the emails I've done, if you're subscribed to Kate Spade, this is also my job. Yes, 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 this girl done it. So yeah, I worked on the entire holiday collection, on the photo shoots, on the web graphics, and the other best part was that I had two offices. I went to Hudson Yards. Yes, I know, this is the best place ever in New York. Stylish, new, modern, very expensive, but very cool. So we worked in the heart of Hudson Yards. That's where Tapestry headquarters are. I had this gorgeous view from there too. So Kate Spade will move there completely 2024, but now it was kind of divided in between two offices, and since I was still employed by Tapestry officially, I could go to both offices. I had access to both of them, plus all the cool events I attended was at Hudson Yards, all the group activities was there, and I mean, my friends were working there. I met two amazing girls. They became my good friends during the internship, and interestingly enough, we all worked for different brands. So one worked for Stuart Weitzman, another for Coach. I was working for Kate Spade. So it was like a pure joy. Like, every time I looked from the windows, walked on the patio, I was like, this is a dream, and this is possible. I'm freaking 21, and I'm in the middle of freaking New York, a foreigner, made it here from Russia, and I'm already here, earning good money in the New York City, living my dream. So if you doubt yourself, everything is possible. Don't ever doubt yourself. Like, if you just put a little more effort, a little more patience, a little more love and passion in everything you do, it's gonna happen. Trust me. At some point, it will click, and everything is gonna be just like right. Oh, I'm so passionate about it. So my 9th suggestion is never stop. Never stop, never doubt yourself. If it's what you love, if it's what sparks you, makes you feel happy, it's exactly what you need in your life. So to summarize it all, I came back to New York very happy. I met also very cool people. One thing I suggest, if you go to a big city, go to any public events you can find. Social meetings, networking, events of your industry. For me, it was fashion shows. I attended Fashion Week. I specifically decided to stay for Fashion Week. I figured a way to stay longer, thanks to my friends and family who helped me to do that. I attended fashion shows, so now I can put this also in my resume. And additionally, to add to this, I also applied to be a volunteer at Fashion Week and work behind the scenes. So I worked for Les Agents, very famous LA brand, and I was a volunteer at their fashion show. That was magnificent. I met amazing models in there who are my friends now. That was an experience that gave me even more from the sense of fashion industry and how it works, how it presents things. So always get this extra mile. This is back to my suggestion where you just need to constantly search for things. And when you're passionate about it, it is easy to do so because you just like keep looking and it's gonna happen, like trust me. So I was just looking for ways to go to the fashion shows, and Eventbrite is a good way. There's also a website called Fashion Week Inside Out, I think. I'm gonna put it all in here as screenshots and like links. You can just go there, search them, but there's a lot of specialized industry companies, institutions that work around Fashion Week and help you to get there. Sometimes you need to pay, sometimes it's free, so it's like there is ways for you just as a common person to get there. Don't think it's special, it's VIP. You can obviously become a VIP, but trust me, I went there just as a girl working for Kate Spade, and I was there and I was happy. Plus I went to a lot of gallery openings. On one of the gallery opening, I got there because I knew a photographer from another social event of networking and meeting people. It was called New York Social, I think. So there's a girl who organizes New York meetings for people to make new friends, meet each other. So that's where I met this photographer, and he invited me to gallery opening. That was super cool because it was inside of Rolls-Royce salon. I made friends with the founder, and it was just a gorgeous evening of this high-tier art, high-tier creative industry. So to me, that was exactly where I wanted to be, and I made there because I constantly was making effort to meet new people. So my 10th suggestion to you is meet people, because people is your foundation for a successful future. You never know who's going to bring you the most value, who's going to be the greatest friend of ever. Just keep trying, because people come and go in my life. It's very common because I have so much changes. So for you, I highly recommend you just go social, go public. I told you this before, but 10th suggestion, people is like your future. You will get there because of people a lot of times, but it's also your effort, remember this. So at some point it will become 50-50. So I went back to Atlanta from New York. I was a little sad at first, but then I was like, there was a reason I needed to come back. Not to mention school, because I'm a senior now, but I was like, I had a strong sense there's something I need to do here. And now I know what it is. And I think I will end here, because another part will be probably another 30 minutes of me telling you what happened next. So please subscribe, follow me, put the like, put the comment, let me know if it was helpful, let me know what else you would want to know about my path here and how to get a job in America as a foreigner, as a freaking 20-year-old girl or guy with very limited opportunities. But trust me, opportunities are not limited. Your mind can be, though. So thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being here for me. I love you all, and the second part is coming.